What is up, fellow bench warmers? This is your daily Fantasy Quickie. Alright guys, welcome to another Fantasy Quickie. It's another day, another chaotic day in the NBA. COVID is the biggest issue today. So if you are there's good news and bad news. So bad news is that may COVID, maraming medyo affected of COVID, especially mga players that are fantasy relevant. Ang good news ay, like we said, it's a prolonged week, so that means the rest and the quarantine situation would be prolonged din, diba? So unlike before na pag na COVID yung taong yon, from fantasy weeks, it would give you 2-3 weeks kagad of fantasy play na medyo alanganin ka, diba? So kumusta?
Okay naman. Medyo maraming nangyari today, kaya marami tayong pag-uusapan today.
Oo, dami. So, isa na natin with one of the, yung news about Toronto.
Yes.
So, it looks like medyo identified na who are those that are COVID affected by. Hindi ko alam kung confirm positive na tong mga to or just wala pa di ba? Wala pang nire-release.
No confirmation, pero usually with that, like San Antonio, when they came back, 3 or 4 were left also. Sila Keldon and some Derek White, and those were confirmed positives. This situation looks the same for me. There's no point naman that they're going to be held back further if they're not positive, or maybe one of those players are positive. Maybe more kasi there was multiple positive tests. So at least one of, kasi let's just say it, Fred Vanvleet, Norman Powell, Fred Vanvleet, OG, Patrick Macau, and Malachi Flynn.
Si Siakam.
Siakam we know is positive eh. I mean,
positive siya.
Hiwalay siya eh. He's separate from them eh. Iba yung case niya eh.
Okay.
I think.
Pero positive ba si Siakam, just to be clear?
Walang confirmation, pero I think there's, di ba, ang speculation natin is probably positive because inconclusive yung test eh. It was not about contact tracing. Siakam was not about contact tracing. Yeah. Inconclusive test, but they've been holding him out. So we think that maybe the test came back positive. So Siakam is probably out. And then these other players more likely will be out for a week or two, in my opinion. Depending on who is the one with symptoms, who's the one with, all those things.
So hopefully it won't be too bad. It's not as bad as we think, no? So hopefully, hindi pa naman confirm guys. So don't panic kasi may mga nagme-message yan, nagpa-panic masyado eh. So
hindi, si Daryl, one of our listeners, I talked to him kasi he's a newcomer in the fantasy, no. He wanted to drop OG right away kasi he saw na possible positive. Sabi, tinatanong niya tayo kung positive. He said,
si Daryl,
possibly, but sabi niya, should I drop? I told him, I won't drop OG because I want to wait for more news.
For more naputol si Com. So yun, that is
number 1. Number 2, sobrang
ayan.
Hello?
Ayan. Okay, sige.
For more updates sana. Parang wait for more updates kasi All-Star break na rin eh.
Yeah.
And ang point ni Daryl there was he wanted to win this week. Yun ang point niya.
Actually, in fairness naman to Daryl, it's a shallow league. It's a 10-team league.
Yes.
So si OG in a 14-team league is very valuable. In a 10-team league, mas mababa yung value niya because of tsaka points league rin siya eh. So, 'di ba? And may impact din 'yon in terms of yung value ng players if points league ka. So si OG pagdating sa 10-team, he's not as valuable compared to a 14-team or a 12-team league, 'di ba?
At saka sa points league, hindi siya ganun ka-valuable.
Oo, yun. Isa pa yun. Sa points league, hindi siya ganun ka-valuable. So, you would understand kung bakit iniisip ni Daryl, yung listener natin, to maybe drop him. Diba?
Yeah, but wag kayong mag-drop right away. Yun lang yung suggestion ko all the time. I mean, not when the news comes out, drop right away. Wait for a little bit. Kasi usually,
siguro yung next
emotional
question,
pa tayo eh.
Sino yung papalitan niya? Di ba?
Oo.
Kasi if you drop a player like OG, yun nga, our criteria is most likely hindi mo na makukuha yan ulit.
Oo.
Kasi merong willing to stash him, di ba? So, and ano siya, famous, medyo sikat na player sa fantasy rin yan kahit paano. Very underrated pero a lot of managers like his upside all the time. So, so mahirap yan pag dinrop mo yan, mahirap na yan makuha, di ba? So yun, yun yung positive for Toronto, but their game is pushing through yata tomorrow.
Their game is pushing through tomorrow. That means their game the next day against Boston will also push through.
So back-to-back sila.
Back-to-back sila. So ngayon, ang tingnan nyo na lang is what values can you get from the remaining players.
So that means most likely we'll see Lowry, Norman Powell. It's Norman Powell, ito na naman ba?
Sabi ko sa inyo, may ano yan eh. Meron niyang
magic potion na lahat na curse na siya.
Hindi. Tuloy-tuloy.
Diba? Maraming drop. Wala na nga eh. Si Norman Powell, bihira na nga matanong kung ida-drop eh.
Wala, hindi na drop yan.
And Chris Boucher. For deeper leagues, Terrence Davis,
yes. DeAndre Bembry will probably start. I'm guessing DeAndre Bembry will start. But medyo low end si Bembry eh. Medyo walang upside. But he'll get majority of the minutes. But Terrence Davis, especially for tomorrow and the next day, is a good streamer. If matagal pang mawala sila Fred VanVleet, magandang add si Terrence Davis.
Aaron Baines.
No.
Pinagtanong yan natatawa na.
Kailangan
ng center na consider si Aaron Baines.
Alam mo, unahin nyo pa si Utah Watanabe.
Baka yun pa yun, no? Hindi, pero center, may center eligibility ba si Utah?
Wala.
Pero center. Pero wala Justin Patton, guys. Justin Patton, if kailangan yung center. Kung yung stream nyo. Speaking of centers, Marc Gasol from the Lakers. Ito naman. After Dennis Schroeder, although contact tracing yon, it's Marc Gasol naman yun. COVID protocol, hindi rin natin sure kung it's contact tracing or a positive case.
I feel it's contact tracing. Marc Gasol is contact tracing. He was exposed to a positive case. So, but the thing with that, if you're exposed, there's always possibility you're also positive. So we have to wait and see.
So although si Marc Gasol hasn't been really a relevant fantasy player this season, pwede na pero
okay lang
pero hindi kumbaga hindi masakit if you drop him or get another player, diba? And the Lakers, for the Lakers side naman, I don't think may magbabago in terms of fantasy values. Maybe Markieff.
Okay lang si Markieff, pero like kanina wala si Gasol. We thought Harrell would be the good play, diba? Pero he played 13-15 minutes, tapos 6 points, 2 rebounds. But regardless of that, I think Harrell will get a boost. Then tomorrow, LeBron won't play. First rest of the season for LeBron James tomorrow.
Ayan. So baka done na for the week si LeBron. Before the All-Star. Done na yan, most likely. Kasi may 2 playing days pa yata before the All-Star break
Meron, pero last game na ng Lakers to
Yeah.
So this was perfect kasi he'll have at least 2-3 days rest.
Yeah, before the All-Star.
So tomorrow, kung streamers, is Taylor Horton-Tucker and si Kyle Kuzma, who didn't play today.
Hindi pala streamer si Schroeder. Pero si Schroeder might benefit a lot rin.
Si Kuzma hindi naglaro today So we'll have to wait and see na naman din tomorrow. Kung maglaro siya. Pero kung maglaro siya, he always plays well pag wala si LeBron. Yun na lang.
He played well the other day.
Yes.
The other day. Parang double-double siya the other day. So, so yun. Kyle Kuzma, Horton Tucker, and sino isa? Maybe Montrezl Harrell. Pero hindi streamer si Harrell.
Hindi streamer.
And Schroeder, siguro yun yung mga beneficiaries. Derrick Rose, contact tracing din ba to?
Yan ang hindi ko alam. Si Rose hindi ko sure.
Derrick Rose is mas malaki yung fantasy impact nito kasi there's Emmanuel Quickley.
Yeah.
they're down to that player na ngayon kasi wala rin si Elfrid, diba? So, Emmanuel Quickley and maybe Alec Burks would benefit a lot. Yan yung mga players. Emmanuel Quickley, in and out of the free agent pool yan eh.
Yeah.
Alec Burks, well, marami pa rin Alec Burks dyan lying around. So, you can pick those up. Most likely, out na rin yan Derrick Rose for the remainder of the week. Kung ilan man games New York, baka may isa pa yata sila eh.
New York, may isa pa. May isa pa ng New York. Frank Tilikina started again today. For streaming, I'm okay with Frank as a streamer. So if you guys want to stream him, pero
ang stream talaga dito, Emmanuel Quickley kung available pa yan. Mga 12 teams available pa yan.
Si Quickley hindi nga stream for me eh. Short-term play yan.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi pa sure si Rose even after the All-Star break.
Actually,
hindi
mga 14 teams, wala na yan eh. Quickly, wala na. Sinilip ko yan sa mga 14 teams. Hindi na, bitaw na yan eh. So yun, Emmanuel Quickley. Ngayon, Kawhi missed the game today to the dismay of his owners.
And then, ito, DFS Panira Day. Meron tayong ganyan every di ba? Si Rose, isa na yan. Pero mas magrabe si Kawhi. Kawhi's DFS Panira Player of the Day natin ngayon.
Late
kasi
game sila eh, di ba?
Hindi, early
sila today.
Pero hindi talaga siya linagay sa injury report. Until nag-start yung game, nakita hindi siya nag-start. So, hindi pa sinabi na out. Sinabi na hindi pa sure kung lalaro or hindi. Until sinabi na lang na he's not gonna play. So, talagang he screwed a lot of owners today. Well, this is the reason why I don't trust the Clippers players. Even if they have a good schedule, which they don't already in the regular season. They're just too cautious. As an organization, they're too cautious. And Kawhi has lots of these situations always pop up with Kawhi.
Yeah.
So it's an irritant.
Siguro, it's really nothing that we are surprised about.
Yes.
Kawhi doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yun na yung naging problem niya or issues niya when he was already with the Spurs, diba?
Yeah.
Konting injury, he wants to sit it out or rest. So teams, being the superstar, alam naman natin, teams are, naging issue rin nila yan last year, diba?
Yes.
Kawhi, diba? Kaya nagkaroon ng mga problems sa Clippers. Pero being their superstar, he gets a little special treatment, kumbaga.
Mm-hmm.
And these are those special treatments that he is getting. So well, ano na lang. So much for the back-to-backs.
Hindi, okay lang. Back spasm naman. So it's a injury na sometimes just comes di ba? We know that. Tanda na tayo so alam naintindihan natin yan. Pero kung he doesn't play going forward, pwedeng tapos na rin siya for this week Sabi nga natin,
feeling ko tapos na rin. Yes.
With the All-Star week, alam mo naman, ganyan na situations. Reggie Jackson, Nick Batum has been available in some leagues, so I think both are good adds. Marcus Morris, guys, you should drop him already. He left the game with concussion and he's not been playing well lately. So, move on na kayo. So, kay Batum tayo, kay Reggie Jackson tayo. Doon tayo mag-focus dun sa dalawa.
And Zubac, kung nandyan pa.
Oh, yeah. Zubac.
Sa underrated Zubac. Alright. Pag-usapan naman natin the Hawks. Okay, kahapon, the other day, pinag-usapan natin the impact of Nate McMillan with the Hawks. So, today was their first game.
Yes.
Nothing really exciting.
Actually, it's very revealing. Their first game was very revealing. They had a very low scoring game. 44-37 at the half. And the pace was really slow. Trae Young had a slow start. And most importantly, John Collins did not play in the whole fourth quarter and only got 26 minutes. Mm-hmm. So that is something to monitor. Kasi we were thinking now with the new coach, maybe he's gonna be used better. But if he's gonna be limited to 28 to 30 minutes a game, although sabi naman ni McMillan, it's matchup based, saka mainit daw yung mga players on the court. But syempre, worrying yon. We hope it's not gonna be a trend with McMillan and John Collins.
Yeah.
Kasi we hope it's a better relationship than Lloyd Pierce. But this is very, very important. The slow pace is worrying because Nate McMillan is known for slow pace.
No, actually, very slow. When he was in Indiana, one of the more boring teams yan. So, boring na nga. Being in Indiana, boring na nga Plus the team itself, naging boring palalo.
Hindi kasi very disciplined si McMillan eh. He doesn't want showboating. He doesn't want yung undisciplined three-pointers na titirahin mo lang. He wants a system done eh. So this is not good for Gallinari. This is
Trey,
not good
for Trey.
For Trey in a way, but I will drop Gallinari. Sorry guys. Nagkamali tayo doon. Akala ko babalik eh. But
nagbigay naman ng yan na ang natin. Nagbigay naman siya ng 38 points. So, if you average it in 4 games.
Yan ka na naman sa average mo eh. Hindi naman nakakatulong yung average eh. But, sige.
Tayo always look on the positive side, guys.
Sige. Pwede na rin.
Inad ko nga rin si Gallinari eh. Wala pa nga nabibigay eh.
Oo nga.
Kung 10 games ko na siya hawak. Average niya 3.8, mga ganyan. 5 points per game.
Wala. Too low na yung upside ni Gallinari.
Pero again, it's just the first game. So don't panic, guys. Baka biglang trade nyo na sina John Collins dyan. It's still early. Masyado pa maaga to judge how they will be yung system nila. Kasi in Indiana naman, when Nate McMillan was there, sina Sabonis naman were good eh. Diba?
Pero si Miles hindi.
Si Miles, the usual Miles Turner na inconsistent eh. Ngayon naman, hindi na rin siya ganun kainit eh. Diba? I mean, he's good now, pero he's not as good as, before. So, napag-usapan na natin yan, diba? Na parang inconsistencies. So, meron yan. I think the players naman are good. Pero pinaka-safe na siguro dyan will only be 3 players. Diba? Si Collins. I think Collins medyo safe pa. Trey and Capella. Yun yung pinaka-safe side.
Yeah.
Those 3. The rest, you'll have to wait and see what happens. So, yun. That's the Hawks side of things. So, bantayan natin. Watch the games, guys, if you have the chance. Panoorin nyo yung game so you could see kung ano yung impact niya. Or yung ginagawa nila. Hindi ko napanood yung game eh, so I can't really judge yet. Alright? So yun, big risers natin for today. We'll run through them. Point guards, Ja Morant, Kemba Walker, DeJounte Murray. Wala to sa written quickie, guys ha. So hopefully you'll find this interesting enough to listen, no? Ja Morant, ano ba to? Back na ba, no?
Wala si Kyle Anderson.
Siya ni Zion, ha?
Oo nga. Wala si Kyle Anderson, so that helped today. He had more usage and the matchup was perfect. I think they're against Washington today. So I guess that's the best matchup run and gun situation. So it's more of matchup based for me. I'm still not that high on Ja Morant. Pero I think there's value naman. He's not naman na parang sobrang disappointing. It's more of hindi siya yung top 20 or 30. So for me, is he back? Possibly, but remember, ito na naman yung isang player na pinaka pinag-uusapan, si Jaren Jackson.
Babalik na?
Babalik na yan, guys. Sabi ko nga, di ba, babalik. Kasi mayroon akong league na dinap si Jaren Jackson kahapon lang. Which, bakit, di ba? I mean, hintayin
mo. Sobrang tagal na, di ba? Parang makapaisip ka na ba't mo pa i-drop? Ang tagal ko na naghintay.
Oo. Hindi, I mean, Jaren Jackson returning will affect din naman Ja Morant a little bit. Kaya hintayin natin yun. Plus, ang daming players, tawag ko nga sa Memphis, the Memphis Mob. Ang dami eh. I mean, di mo na alam.
Ang daming players na gumagawa.
Kaya Ja Morant, hindi ako ganun ka-high dun sa upside niya in a sense na parang, ang daming usage, ang daming opportunity. So yun lang yung problem ko sa kanya this year at least.
All right. So, well, he's still giving you good value naman.
Okay
he's
naman.
He's still the top dog in Memphis, so you don't
correct.
really have to worry about him. Yeah, it's nice to see some good numbers naman today, diba? So, Kemba Walker, ito Kemba medyo umiinit na. Napag-usapan natin to a few days ago, diba? Na parang medyo nakaka-worry itong si Kemba, pero ngayon medyo umiinit na ulit.
Siya second time na niya sa risers natin. He was my riser 2 days ago rin. Kasi nga nung wala si Jalen, he was performing well. I think Kemba is getting back to the Kemba of old, and I will discuss this in the terms of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think it hurts them a lot that Kemba is becoming the Kemba of food.
Oo, definitely, for sure.
Oo, kasi yung game, when you see it, Kemba is not deferring anymore. He's looking for a shot.
Pero kasi,
diba?
hindi rin natin alam if this would stick, no? Kasi the Celtics are quite bad over the past few weeks, diba? So, I think maybe Kemba wanted to do a little, competitive side of players, take over games, and he can do it naman eh. He can do it, diba?
Yes.
He's shown it before, and ang difference lang before and now is that now he has a lot of help. So very mas madali for him to do it kasi they can't leave him alone or they can't leave the other players alone kasi nga may mga help siya. So baka, he's obviously medyo makaka-hurt talaga to sa value nila Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Kasi nagtanong ka sa akin kung Trae Young or Tatum eh. This is the reason why I can't choose Tatum right now over Trae Young.
Yeah.
The emergence of Kemba and then Jaylen Brown's emergence also this year has affected Tatum too much eh. Plus the COVID thing is not recovered and all those things. So I still feel na he's gonna pick up. Pero yung first round na in-expect ko personally na magko-first round value siya.
Wala.
I don't see it happening even in stretches.
He won't reach the
second
ranking
round?
niya last year.
Possible 'yon.
Malayo siya malayo performance-wise, malayo. Hindi ko alam anong ranking niya now, but performance-wise medyo malayo.
Sana bumalik.
Ayun, and last of the big risers, another point guard, DeJounte Murray ng Spurs. With the COVID situation, DeJounte and DeRozan, yan ang mga aasahan talaga ng Spurs. And the Spurs are fifth yata in the West.
Yes.
Right now.
Diba sabi nga, debt, taxes, and the Spurs. Yun talaga, hindi talaga
Wala, talaga eh. Last year was the break lang eh. No? Parang, sige, take a break na tayo. Bubble naman to. Hindi naman to, diba? Wala nang kwentang, kumbaga, hindi na sila nag-effort last year.
Tama.
So this year, they adjusted and now they are back. And very under the radar. We've been talking about Phoenix. We've been talking about sino pa ba mga nasa playoffs na Clippers, diba? Utah, Lakers, of course. Pero Spurs. Diba? Andyan.
Ako, si DeJounte, I trust him. I really trust him. I just feel na this is really gonna be affected, of course, with Derek White coming back. Pero I'm okay with DeJounte. I'm not trying to aggressively sell, siguro. Pagka may magandang offer, you look at it, pero don't try to aggressively sell. I think for the rest of the season, he would still be okay. Yeah. In my opinion.
Solid naman DeJounte. He gives you a lot of he contributes in a lot of ways, diba?
Yes.
Rebounding for a guard, of course the assist is there, yung steals is there from time to time. Ang difference lang nila ni Derek White, si Derek White mas higher yung block rate ni Derek White for a point guard. Si DeJounte more on sa steal side naman siya. So I think, and he's not yung very inefficient player. Sometimes he'll give you bad field goal percentages, pero he's not the bad type na parang 1 out of ganyan, hindi ganon. He's still in the 40s, ganyan, kahit pa paano.
Tama.
So, solid DeJounte. Alright, worry players natin, Jerami Grant, mukhang magre-rest na naman, ha?
Mukhang questionable. May injury daw. So,
yeah, oo. So, ay nako, tinatry ko nga i-sell tong Jerami Grant, hindi ko pa ma-sell eh.
Baka pwedeng mag-ingat lang kayo. Ito, Jeremy, napag-usapan na naman natin. Whatever.
Alam naman natin na he won't be able to sustain it.
Ang advice ko lang, baka pwedeng wag kayong mag-ingat kayo sa trades involving Jeremy Grant. Kasi pwede kayong ang tawag mo doon, budol-budol gang or something. Hindi, si Jeremy, alam ko gusto niya i-trade. Pero, sorry, pero we have in the service of our listeners, we have to really discuss this.
Hindi, totoo naman.
Na if you use rankings, siyempre, you could get a good player in return for Jerami Grant, even in packages. Pero, and he's gonna still be good. He's gonna have games na maganda pa rin ang performance niya. But, huwag kayo tumingin sa rankings. Yun na lang yung akin. You assess him based on the added games na mamimiss niya going forward. So, bawasan nyo yun. Para at least medyo mag-fair yung value. Yun na lang. That's it. So, kung ang ranking niya is 25 for you, mag-miss siya ng mga back-to-back. So, mag-miss siya ng ilang games. So, babaan nyo konti. Gawin yung mga 40. So, yun ang value niya. So, para at least that's how you evaluate trades involving Jeremy.
So, yun. Sana hindi nakikinig yung offeran ko nito.
Sana. Oo.
Jerami Grant. Sayang talaga yung Jerami Grant for Jrue and
masyadong malakas ka na raw kasi. So, hindi na nila...
Na-trade kaya yun, Jrue and Horford, the same offer na hiningi ko. The same players na hiningi ko. Na-trade ngayon.
Na-trade to someone else.
Oo, alam mo sino nakuha.
Okay, pag-usapan natin. Sino nakuha?
Tyler Hero and Karl Anthony Towns.
Tyler Hero and... Pwede mas maganda pa yun. Sino ba yun sa'yo? OG and?
Hindi OG. Jerami Grant lang and Nerlens.
Napaganda pa.
Napaganda pa.
Napaganda pa. Tama.
Sayang.
Well, ganun talaga.
Anyway, silver lining na lang, Jrue Holiday is not performing so far. And hindi ko alam kung babalik pa siya dun sa first round value niya when he started.
No, I don't think so. At this point, I don't think so. Hindi na siya babalik dun. Pero he's still a buy low. Si Jrue Holiday to, di ba? Pinag-usapan natin.
Yeah.
He's a buy low. He's a buy low. Lalo na 2 games na siya. 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 2 points, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Go. Try to be aggressive na and get him. May sinuggest akong player sa sinulat ko. Sino ba sinuggest ko? Kobe White. Yun. Sinuggest ko si Kobe White.
Kobe White? Grabe.
May init si Kobe White Hindi.
Sobrang sulit na nung Karl Anthony Towns. Grabe yun. Pero ang maganda dyan, at least hindi na ako yung makikita nilang malakas. Kasi lakas nun Karl Anthony Towns and LeBron James magkasama sa isang team.
Hindi, vivito mo yun.
Wala nag-veto. Pasok.
Okay. Pasok. Wala tayong magagawa doon.
Pasok.
Hindi ko ganun.
Hindi naman ako nag-veto if walang collusion.
Okay.
Props na lang to the managers. Alright, so Jason Tatum na pag-usapan natin slightly because of Kemba, medyo nakaka-apekto. Keldon Johnson.
Bumalik na si Keldon Johnson.
Off the bench today. Pero okay naman
Hindi, he didn't play well today. Pero I think 10 minutes lang 10 minutes. So I think try nyong kunin. Try nyong kunin si Keldon Johnson.
10 minutes, 9 points, pwede na rin.
Eventually, baka takot kayo na off the bench May mga ganong managers kasi. Surprisingly, may ganong managers. So, pag off the bench, pwede nyong na, hey, you see Keldon Johnson comes off the bench na. Trey Lyles had 18 points today. Probably timeshare is coming up. So, I'll offer you this and that.
Budol Budol moves ni Com
Hindi, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Totoo yun.
Kasi syempre may higher value yung yung starters lagi, 'di ba? Mas very few off the bench players ang fantasy relevant or really elite in terms of fantasy values, 'di ba? Very konti lang kasi kung isipin mo, sino-sino lang ba yung worth the off the bench play, 'di ba? Ngayon, Jordan Clarkson yan, mga yan. Lou Williams wala na nga, 'di ba? Sino pa? Wala na maisip.
Meron naman, baka mahirap lang mag-isip yan.
Hindi lang natin kaagad maisip na.
Tyler Hero, kahit paano, 'di ba?
Well, Tyler Hero, hindi temporary lang naman yung off the bench niya. Pero meron yung mga players who are worthy of a roster position off the bench. Yung mga DeAnthony Melton, 'di ba? Yung mga one of our waiver player, 'di ba? Pag nagbigyan na ng consistent minutes off the bench, solid naman yan. So, And like we said before, if off the bench ka and then yung talent level mo is pang starter, lamang ka. Like Jordan Clarkson is showing already, di ba? Kasi talent level niyan, pang starter eh. Pero kalaban niya ngayon, yung mga bangko rin ng other teams. So, mas maganda yung pinapakita niya. Plus of course, improved game rin talaga. Improved game. So yun, those are worrying players. Waiver pickups. Nabanggit ko na, Anthony Melton.
Bahala na kayo kung anong gusto niyo tanong po. Tawa na kayo dyan.
Hindi, medyo mahirap sa Memphis. Ang dami, di ba? Marami rin pumili ngayon kay Desmond Bane over Melton na napaso rin, di ba?
Oo, napaso rin talaga.
Tapos si Winslow. Winslow played not so... yun ang problem kay Winslow. He played a not so good game pero a not so bad game. So parang lukewarm type of game na parang ano ba to? I-add ko na ba to or hindi pa? Pero again, medyo tambak din yung game today. So
ako, I'm on record na Justice Winslow is not okay fantasy-wise. Kahit mag 20 points yan, sorry. Wala akong belief.
Hindi, kasi alam mo bakit? The last time he played with Miami pa yun, di ba? Medyo maganda pinakita niya nun before he got injured eh.
Sa simula. If you remember that season.
Hindi, after na-injure na siya eh.
Hindi, before siya may injury, he was trending down already that time.
Pero gets mo, medyo serviceable siya noon. So, people might have remembered that Justice Winslow player na gumawa, diba? So, I won't, I just added him in one league kasi wala na rin ako ma-add. So, I just streamed him. Baka gumawa, diba? Not bad naman. Okay na rin. Pero drop ko na rin yun eventually.
Kung streamer lang. Okay.
Pang stream lang, right? Sa Denver, we have Monte Morris and PJ Dozier. Sino ba wala sa Denver? Sino Gary Harris?
Gary Harris, si Facu Campazzo, si Paul Millsap, si Jeramichael Green. So there are a lot of players. Si Gary Harris, you should be dropping him already. Ngayon si PJ Dozier is getting more minutes because wala si Campazzo. So for the time being, I think he's a good stream. Si PJ Dozier.
And si Monte Morris naman, basta,
dati pa siya dapat na-add.
Dapat na-add na yan. Actually, na-drop na yan in some of the leagues I am in.
Okay. Yeah,
drop recently. Kasi medyo nung uminit si Facu, medyo nawala si Monte, diba?
Tama.
So,
pero I think pwede siyang i-add until Gary Harris comes back, until those players comes back. Pwede pa si Monte Morris.
Monte Morris won't hurt you, yan. Isang lagi namin sinasabi na pag for certain players, he won't hurt you in any stats.
Yes.
So, okay lang siya i-add. Alright? And the last of our waiver wire is Kevin Porter Jr. To, surprise waiver wire. Hindi ko alam. Ang tanong dito, should you add him now? Kasi he's not even playing. So
I added him already.
Ano lang kayo, be cautious din kasi or makinig kayo mabuti kasi he's not even playing right now sa NBA. Okay, he's in the G League. Pero he's playing really well sa G League.
The G League will end this week. You only have 2 more playing days and then tama-tama pag natapos yung playing days sa NBA ngayon this week tapos na rin ang G League. He will be called up. Wala naman siya pupuntahan eh. He will be called up to Houston. And he will get some games he will get into the game. Kasi si Daniel House got injured by the way. Si Nwaba is injured. Although minor injuries ata. Si Eric Gordon is always injured.
So, Eric Gordon. Nakita ko nga yung comment dun nakakatawa. The only consistent thing about Eric Gordon is getting injured eh.
Panira sa mga Eric ko eh. Itong Eric Gordon na to. Pinahihiya ako eh. Naiinis ako sa mga ganyan.
And the Houston team is bad. So, they might give Kevin Porter some chance.
I won't recommend something that I didn't do. We added Kevin Porter Jr. already. Kami ni Jeremy.
Ako personally hindi ko pa na-add. Pero
hindi sa league natin kinuha ko.
I-add ko na ba?
In-add natin sa co-managed league natin.
Sa dun sa Roto League. Okay. Pero yung ibang leagues ko, iniisip ko kung i-add ko na or yun na yung timing eh kasi if I add lalo na yung mga naghahabol ako ng playoffs, medyo 'di ba pag naghahabol ako, parang ayoko ng mga ganyang stash muna.
I may be wrong guys, but
if you are gonna drop any yung player nyo naman na mukhang wala rin ginagawa, might as well take the risk.
If you're stashing an injured player, somebody else is stashing an injured player for the All-Star break, lahat naka-stash na. Si Kevin Porter na lang yung stash nyo pag wala kayo nakuha ang injured player.
Ayun.
Yun. Yun na lang yung yun na lang yung advice ko sa inyo.
Drop ko bang Malik Beasley for Kevin Porter?
Ay, hindi. Hindi naman ganun. Wag naman ganung level. Siyempre, yung medyo naman, yung pang streamer nyo.
Napapaisip kasi ako kung mas-stash ko pa eh.
Wag yung medyo matibay na player.
Sige, hintayin na natin si Malik Beasley. Anyway, yun, and finally, trade analysis of the day posted in our NBA locker room page, group. LeBron James and Zion Williamson for Giannis and Christian Wood. This is a post by EMR something. LeBron and Zion. For Giannis and Christian Wood. Okay. Ano ba yun? Pahirapan natin si Com.
Giannis ako doon kasi assuming punting free throw siya regardless. LeBron and sino ba nakuha niya?
LeBron and Zion. Hindi. Hindi
or
ko
whatever.
Whoever, kung saan ka.
Whoever these two teams are, malamang they're both punting free throws. Kasi the players, LeBron, Zion, Giannis, mga pang-punt free throws yan eh. So I assume they're punting free throws. If you remove free throws kasi from the equation, then Giannis will be altogether different level. He's gonna be number 1 already or number 2 fantasy-wise. Diba? So, dun ako sa Giannis side because of that. Ang only worry ko dito is Christian Wood. I do not know how long he's gonna play after he comes back. Bago siya ipahinga at magkaroon ng mga rest and everything. So, yun lang yung concern ko. But Giannis is too good to pass up in this kind. Kung yun ang team build mo, punting free throws.
Yes, and LeBron started to rest today. Hindi natin masabi in the future, baka mag-rest na rin yan. Kahit nasabihin niya, hindi.
Wala naman siyang choice eh.
Yeah, pero medyo actually good move rin to now, to do it now. Kasi Zion, medyo makinang yung name eh. Ni Zion,
yes.
So, perfect yung pagkatanong. EMRD, yan yung mga nagtanong dito. EMRD yung name niya sa Facebook. So, siya yung nagtanong about this. So, yun. Take ni Com, Giannis. Ako baka Giannis rin eh. Okay. Ibang class, ibang level eh. Pag mga Giannis, medyo above LeBron ng konti.
Saka punt free throws nga to malamang. So, kaya natin na-suggest din.
So, kumbaga, he gives similar stat set with LeBron. Punt free throw. Pero yung other statistics, lamang siya ng isang paligo kay LeBron. Diba? Kasi almost similar eh. They can give you triple-double any day or a few blocks and steals, pero mas angat lang kasi higher, mas madalas yung rebounds ni Giannis, yung points ni Giannis, yung blocks. So, plus Christian Wood, baka even lang with Zion if he plays. So,
Christian Wood.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Correct.
Fair enough.
Correct.
Fair naman siya kasi Wood is injured. Pero Giannis tayo dyan. Alright. Shoutout ko lang, Tex Santos. Shoutout ko sa'yo. Dami yung inad sa group natin. Hindi ko alam kung ilan yung pumasok pero nag-Charles Koo din siya na inad niya yung mga friends niya.
Thank you guys.
Shoutout tayo kay Tex Santos. Nagre-report yan ng mga spam content. Yung mga nagko-comment doon na hindi ko alam saan galing. So, thank you sa pagtulong mo sa pagpulis ng group. So, we appreciate it. Maraming salamat sa'yo. Alright, guys. That's it for our Daily Fantasy Quickie. And like always, we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.